with Black Lives Matter issues.
That the Black Lives Matter.
Are you I'm a member of the Manhattan GOP. My wife is running for the Upper West Side seat as a Republican.
Before he should answer his question. And he should apologize for lying.
Mr. SLIWA, are you a Republican?
Yes.
Okay, he answered the question. Now, ask your question. Quickly, please.
All right.
For a year.
Fernando, nobody can deny that I am a New Yorker. I've lived every moment of my life in New York City. Irvington, Westchester.
Really?
You're like Yang.
I have 3 homes, pal.
You're like Yang.
I can afford to have 3 young.
You're like Yang.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Mr. Mateo.
Now I'm Yang.
Mr. Mateo, do you reside in the city of New York? That has been an issue.
Yes, I do reside in the city of New York for the last 8 years.
Okay.
And I am proud to say that.
Okay.
Your address is Irvington in Westchester.
Really? Oh, once again, he's making up stories. You know, you've got to go to the Board of Elections and see where I live. I mean, it's that easy. It's that simple.
Guys, we're coming up. Do you have a quick question? We got to go to closing statements. Do you have a quick question for Mr. Mateo? You done?
No, I've already asked him the question.
Oh, okay. You already asked.
He lives in Irvington.
Okay.
Guys, once again, listen, if we have another liar at City Hall,
okay, guys,
I will move out.
Okay.
Because this guy is a liar. He is wrong, and he reads fake news.
Okay.
You know, I'm glad I can quote Donald Trump and say fake news and wrong.
I have a gavel here, and I don't want to resort to stuff
I don't
like
want
that.
you to move out
But guys,
of Irvington and Westchester.
let's
Stay
just
there.
do
Please, Curtis, stay in the
Gentlemen,
subways for crying out loud.
Gentlemen, let's just
get
do
rid
this,
of the rat
please.
problems.
Let's just do this. Let's go to closing statements, okay? But kumbaya, let's all get along here. We will start with Mr. SLIWA. Closing statement. No more questions. Closing statement.
Thank you, Dominic, for overseeing the debate, as you have so many other debates in the past, and to the Katsimatidis family for hosting this with Red Apple Media and WABC, and to everyone here at WABC for allowing the 50,000 powerful watts of sound to shed light on what's happening within the Republican Party in the run for the mayoralty. I think people know Curtis SLIWA. They've grown up with me for 42 years. They see that I've shed my blood in the streets. And most importantly, as a leader, it's do as I say, not as the elected officials consistently. Do as I say, but not as I do. With Curtis SLIWA, it's do as I say and do as I do, because I set the example. And that's what I'll do as mayor. I'll not only ride the trains, I'll be in every neighborhood, I'll visit every precinct. I'm going to be a cheerleader. If there's one mayor that I want to emulate because we're on the brink of fiscal collapse, it's Ed Koch, who encouraged everybody to come out, spend their money, open up the city, even though we were in fiscal restraint at the time.
Thank you, Mr. SLIWA. Mr. Mateo.
I will humbly ask every Republican in New York City to really understand that if they believe in our party and they believe in our values, to vote for me. At the age of 14, I dropped out of school. I started my own business at 17 years old. And I've worked very, very hard throughout my life, and I've employed thousands of people in New York City. I'm a manager. I'm a leader. I have lost some businesses, but I've gotten up like a man, and I've ran, and I picked up the ball, and I kept running to the next venture. And that's how I do it. I make things happen. I'm not a politician, nor do I like politics. I want you to know that Fernando Mateo believes in New York City, and that's why I am running. That's why I need your vote. Go to MateoTheMayor.com. Golden. When you worked against so many Republicans to get a Democrat seated, why should any Republican believe in you? You know, and I'm asking you this from the heart. I'm not asking it to you, throwing a stone at you, trying to hurt you in any way. I'm not like that. I'm asking you because I've taken the brunts of being a Republican my entire life. Growing up in the inner cities and saying you're a Republican was like, you know, cursing at someone. And I've taken it. And I've stood up to it. And when I was asked, did you vote for Donald Trump? I said I did. I wasn't ashamed to say it. And whenever President Bush called me, I raised $500,000 for him. Pataki, I raised $300,000 for him. I raised money for Giuliani. I've raised money for so many Republicans because I believe in our party. But as a businessman, you know, I've had to raise money for others because when you're in business, you have to do that. You can ask our chairman, John Catsimatidis. He's donated money to a lot of people like I have. But what makes you a Republican? Why should Staten Island believe in you? Why should Brooklyn believe in you?
Okay,
I was endorsed by Manhattan, the Bronx, and Queens.
It's a question. We got it.
Yeah.
We got it, Mr. Mateo.
You understood my question?
I got your
question.
question.
I just want to make sure. I asked it a few times, right?
Okay.
By the
Mr.
way,
SLIWA.
I was endorsed by the Staten Island GOP and the Brooklyn GOP. And I want to thank the Manhattan GOP, although they didn't endorse me. They endorsed my beautiful wife here, Nancy, who's running on the Upper West Side, probably against someone from the DSA, right, Democrat Socialists of America, followers of AOC, to reclaim that seat. And for all her animal welfare work that she does, I salute you, Nancy, for running as a Republican in the Upper West Side, where that has almost never happened before. But I will tell you this. I have been out there campaigning for Republicans in this last cycle of elections. You said you were too busy. You were involved in
I
business.
wasn't a politician.
I understand. Look, you were the Blasio Republican.
Oh, please.
And secondarily,
Stop. Wrong.
you
wrong.
had-
I remember Trump used to say, wrong.
Okay. but
Wrong.
wait, you had problems. You talk about yourself as
I
being...
just asked you why
All right,
is it that
I'm
please,
answering the
just answer
question.
my
Relax.
question. Go ahead.
But you were busy because La Marina, your prize, your club in Washington Heights, was selling drugs. Your manager
Oh, God.
was an undercover NYPD operation. The health department closed you down because of the unsanitary facility, and the state liquor authority hit you with 60 sanctions along with the NYPD, and they padlocked your club, and you blamed everyone. You said to those police of the 33rd Precinct who came in here, they should chop off their heads like you cut off a snake's head. How do you suddenly come here and say you're a friend of the NYPD when you basically said chop off their heads? You're cited on that in interviews.
Curtis, why do you lie so much? You know, once a liar, always a liar. You sprayed your building with KKK and accused someone. You returned $300 claiming that a lady got robbed that never got robbed. I mean, you have done things that are unbelievable. Google Curtis SLIWA, and you will see
Would you
all
agree,
the stuff. You know, listen, I invested.
What happened to your club?
Okay, first of all, it wasn't a club.
What was
it? It wasn't a club. You see, you've got to get the facts
excuse
right,
me.
okay? First of all, anyone that owns and operates a large business, which you have never done, okay, goes through problems because it happens. You employ 350 people. Mr. Catsimatidis probably employs a few thousand people too. Is it his responsibility for the actions that every employee of his takes? You know,
You were in Irvington, Westchester. You weren't there supervising the operation. That's a failed business.
Once again, you are wrong.
Google it.
You are wrong.
By the way, you spent...
You are wrong.
Let me ask you another question.
Haven't answered my. He hasn't answered my question.
Let me ask you another question.
He hasn't answered the question
about your business acumen.
He hasn't asked. He hasn't answered the question, and he's once again reinventing his lies.
Not reinventing.
Okay.
You invested
You
$4
are
billion
liar.
in a building
Not
in Harlem.
not $4
You
billion.
paid a man who didn't even own the property. I'm telling you, you should look
Listen.
on my Curtis SLIWA for Mayor.com campaign page, and it's
This guy should be ashamed of himself.
the opportunity
He-
to open
you-
up a business.
Curtis.
And you have to check the
Curtis.
title. You
Curtis.
have to check the title, Fernando.
Curtis,
Gentlemen.
you should be ashamed of yourself.
I'm not. Just
You're
Google
a
it.
shameful
Okay,
person.
okay,
You know,
so
I
Mr.
just
Mateo.
lost every bit of respect that I might have had for you.
Okay.
Because of your lies.
Guys.
Because you make things
Thought
up.
I was a good guy
because you're
before.
desperate. You know what? Because you're desperate.
Okay.
You
Guys.
haven't raised any money.
Relax.
You haven't raised any money.
Relax. I
Guys,
just started the
listen.
campaign.
Okay.
Curtis SLIWA has not raised any money. Curtis SLIWA does not have any donors. Curtis SLIWA is in trouble, and you know what? He's talking about failures that I've had in business.
I tell you
know,
what.
every business person,
at a time, guys.
everyone that owns a business could fail, get up, and get up again,
All right, Mr.
and run
Mateo.
with it.
Okay, Mr.
He
Mateo.
has not.
I feel great. I'm Latino American. I'm a Christian, and I know this is the chosen people with Israel. How do you feel being here?
Here every year to show my support, not only for the Israelis over there, who are always under siege by their enemies, especially Eliana Omar and her like, and naturally for the Jews in New York who are going through all kinds of victimization to anti-Semitism. It's almost like every generation has its anti-Semites on the left and the right. And it's time that we give them all the good colonic.
I saw you. I was there at the last protest, and you gave a great speech, and you let us know that we're there with them. I really respect you, and thank you for your work you've done. God bless you. I hope your health is good.
Well, if you can't stand with your friends, you think I'm going to stand with my enemies?
Alrighty.
That's a double oofa.
All right. You're from Brooklyn, right? Thank you so much, brother. God bless you. Great organization. Thank you so much. And that's Curtis, for the Guardian Angels, and you see what he's been together. He was at this one protest before, and we enjoyed it. The guy's a great guy, and you know, he has been supportive of the Israeli people, and as am I, and a lot of my friends. There's gonna be more surprises around the route that we're gonna be doing this. All right. So God bless you, and we will talk soon.